Hello. So on the basis of energy balance equation and with the help of rate of heat transfer calculation or formula, we can solve the unknown parameter which is given in the numerical. So this is one of the numerical where we have to calculate the area of heat transfer. The data given for this numerical is here they have given the heat exchanger where inlet and outlet of the hot fluid and cold fluids are given. As far as this hot fluid is concerned, here they have given the flow rate in terms of meter cube per hour, that is volumetric flow rate. Then they have given the inlet temperature of hot fluid, that is 388 Kelvin, and they have given the temperature of cold fluid inlet, that is 303 Kelvin, and the volumetric flow rate is 15 meter cube per hour. Then they have also given the outlet temperature of the cold fluid, that is 328 Kelvin. Then they have they ask the calculate the area of heat transfer. Then they have mentioned the counter current flow. They have given the value of overall heat transfer coefficient, that is capital U, 3490 watt per meter square Kelvin. Then density of cold fluid, that is 1000 kg per meter cube. Density of hot fluid, that is 950 kg per meter cube. Then CPC, that is specific heat, is given for cold fluid 4.187 kilojoules per kgK, for hot fluid 2.93 kilojoules per kgK. Now if the type of problem is like that, then how to calculate the area on the given data? So first of all, you must think about the area or the formula in which area is involved. So we know that Q is equal to UA delta T LM, right? So this is the formula where we have to calculate this area on the basis of Q, right? So how to calculate this A? So if you know the value of Q, if you know the value of U, if you know the value of delta TLM, then and then only you can calculate the value of A, right? So we must check first whether all values are given. So Q, so the rate of heat transfer is not given in the numerical. Then the what is the value of U? So U is given, that is 3490. So this value is known in watt per meter square Kelvin, that is in SI unit. Then what is delta TLM? So the value is not given. It means the first step, you must calculate the delta TLM, you must calculate the Q, right? Then and then only this A can be calculated. So what is delta TLM? Delta TLM is delta T2 minus delta T1 upon ln of delta T2 by delta T1. This is the formula, right? Now on the basis of this delta TLM, what are these values of delta T2 and delta T1? Now we know that these delta T1 and delta T2 are the approaches. What is the approach? So the temperature difference between this terminal temperature. So these terminal temperature differences are nothing but the approaches. See, for example, this is delta T1 if the temperature is this 303, but the value of this temperature is not known, and the temperature difference of this 328 and 388. So this is delta T2. So for this purpose, first of all, we must know the value of this second temperature, right? So this is unknown, so we can't calculate this delta T1, and if the delta T1 is not known, then we can't calculate delta TLM, and if delta TLM is not known, we can't calculate the area, right? So that is one of the aspect that we should know, the second temperature which is not given. Then another part is Q. So Q can be calculated in terms of MCP delta T calculation, that is sensible heat. Because in this numerical, they haven't mentioned that vaporization, condensation or phase change takes place, right? It means indirectly, it is the sensible heat transfer involved in this case. So for the sensible heat transfer calculation, we should know the formula as per as this energy balance is concerned. So MH, mass flow rate of hot fluid, then CPH, that is specific heat of hot fluid, then TH1 and TH2. So these are the temperatures of inlet and outlet of hot fluid. So this is TH1, TH2 we don't know, right? In the similar manner can be equal to MC, that is mass flow rate of cold fluid, CPC, specific heat of cold fluid, and the temperature difference like TC2 minus TC1. So what is TC1 and TC2? So inlet temperature of cold fluid is TC1 and this is outlet temperature of cold fluid is TC2. So we can calculate the Q on the basis of this equation. Now if you observe that this MH is given or not. Now the mass flow rate is given but indirectly, because volumetric flow rate is given, density is given, and we have to calculate this mass flow rate. Then only we can calculate this MH. Then CPH, CPH is given here 2.93 kilojoules per kgK. TH1, TH1 is given. TH2 unknown, so we have to calculate this. Now MC again here indirectly known on the basis of mass flow rate, sorry, volumetric flow rate and density of that cold fluid. Then we can calculate this MC and CPC is given. So here CPC is known. TC2 here it is 328 Kelvin. TC1 303 Kelvin. So it is given. It means if you calculate this MC, then you can find out the Q on the basis of MCP delta T for cold fluid calculations. And if you equate this Q equal to MCP delta T calculation for hot fluid, then we can calculate this unknown temperature of hot fluid, right? So first we must calculate the mass flow rate of cold fluid. So the volumetric flow rate is given, that is 21 meter cube per hour into density of hot fluid, sorry, cold fluid is, this is hot fluid. Hot fluid volumetric flow rate is 21 meter cube per hour and hot fluid density is 950 kg per meter cube. Similarly, mass flow rate of cold fluid is can be calculated on the basis of cold fluid volumetric flow rate, that is 15 meter cube per hour into density of cold fluid, that is 1000 kg per meter cube, right? So we can calculate this mass flow rate in terms of kg per hour, because this meter cube gets cancelled, this meter cube gets cancelled. So on the basis of this units, we can conclude that this MH is 21 into 950 kg per hour. Likewise, MC equal to 15 into 1000 kg per hour. So we have to calculate this value. So this MC value is 15,000. 15 into 1000. kg per hour, right? So if you know the value of this MC, if you know the values of this MH, we can put in this equation, or on the basis of MC only, if you put this value of MC here, we can calculate Q, right? If you put this MC value in this equation, we can calculate this Q. Why this Q is required? We know that with the help of this Q, here we can put the value of Q in this equation. So one of the unknown can be solved. So how to calculate this Q? MC CPC TC2 minus TC1. Now we have calculated this MC, that is 15,000 kg per hour into CPC. What is the value of CPC? 4.187 kilojoules per kgK, and the temperature difference TC2 minus TC1. So TC2 is given, that is 328 minus 303 Kelvin, right? So this Kelvin cancel, this kg gets cancel, and whatever the Q value is there, it is in terms of kilojoules per hour. So this is kilojoule and this is hour. So this value is in terms of kilojoules per hour. We can convert this kilojoules per hour in terms of joules per hour, just multiplied by 10 raised to 3 or 1000, and this can be converted in terms of joules per second, that is in terms of watt, right? So the value of Q can be calculated in this way, right? So on the basis of this value of Q, we can calculate the unknown temperature. So the value of Q in terms of watt or joules per second is 435154 joules per second or watt. So this is the value of Q. So one of the unknown is solved for this equation, because please note that our main aim is to calculate the area. For the calculation of area, we are going to calculate this Q and delta TLM, right? So we have calculated this Q now. Now the main aim is delta TLM. So we know the formula of this delta TLM. We know what is the difficulty, that we are not knowing the one unknown, that is TH2, that is outlet of the hot fluid. So we have to calculate this temperature first, and then only we can put this temperature in terms of delta T1, delta T2, and then we can calculate delta TLM, and on the basis of this delta TLM, then we have to calculate this capital A. So in the next case, put the value of Q in the equation, that is Q equal to MCP delta T. So MCP delta T is in terms of MC CPC TC2 minus TC1 equal to MH CPH TH1 minus TH2. Now we have calculated already this right hand side of this Q. So we can put directly Q value, that is 435154 watt equal to now MH. So we have to calculate this MH, that is 21 into 950 kilojoules per hour into CPH. That CPH is 2.93 kilojoules per kgK, and TH1 minus TH2. So TH1 is 388 Kelvin and TH2 is unknown, right? So we have to check whether the units are same or not. Now this Kelvin, this Kelvin, this kg, this kg. But now the right hand side is in terms of kilojoules per hour. So whatever the calculations are there, that kilojoules per hour should be converted into joules per hour and then joules per second. That is nothing but watt. Why? Because on the left hand side it is watt. So if this Q is in terms of watt, then we should convert all the right hand side in terms of watt itself, right? So on the basis of this right hand side calculation, we get the value of TH2 as 361.2 Kelvin. So this value is useful for delta T1, delta T2 calculations and for the calculation of delta TLM, right? So as we know that it is counter current flow. So this is 388 Kelvin. Now we have calculated this TH2 value. Right? So the cold fluid inlet, that is TC1, TC2, here TH1 and TH2. So for the calculation of delta TLM, we required the formula delta T2 minus delta T1 upon ln of delta T2 upon delta T1. So for this formula, we required delta T1 value and delta T2 value. So what is the delta T1 value? The temperature difference of this is delta T1. The temperature difference of this is delta T2. So 388 minus 328 is delta T1 value, and 361.2 minus 303 is delta T2 value. So delta T1 is 60 Kelvin and delta T2 is 58.2 Kelvin. So we can directly put this delta T1, delta T2 in the delta TLM formula. Delta T2 is 58.2 minus 60 upon ln of delta T2 is 58.2 divided by 60. So we get the delta TLM value is 59.1. So someone may calculate the case like this: 328 minus 388 and 303 minus 361.2. But the answer is one and the same. There is no difference in answer, right? So now we know the delta TLM now. So simple, Q equal to UA delta TLM. On the basis of this, we can calculate A as Q upon U delta TLM. So the value of Q is 435154 watt divided by the value of U is 3490 watt per meter square Kelvin into delta TLM value is 59.1 Kelvin, right? So just calculate the values, and this watt cancel, this Kelvin gets cancelled. It means whatever the area calculated here is in terms of meter square. So the value of A is equal to 2.11 meter square, right? So in this way, we have to calculate the area of heat transfer on the basis of delta TLM calculations, on the basis of MCP delta T calculations, or on the basis of this energy equations calculation. So I hope you understand how to calculate this area with the help of given parameter. Thank you.